Hi guys, you might know me as the Rookie Cook, but today you can just call me the Red Bull because I'm giving you wings. Not just any wings, these amazing, incredible buffalo wings that taste just like what you order in your favorite restaurant. They are just so good. And you can make them at home as well so easily. It all hinges on one very ordinary, easy, shortcut ingredient, which is this Frank's Red Hot. It's incredible and the quintessential buffalo sauce. I started off with 2 kilograms, that's about 4 pounds of chicken wings, and they come really long like this. You've got the drumlet, the winglet, and the tip. You don't want the tip, so just cut that off. There's really no meat in the tip at all, so you can discard it if you'd like, or just reserve it, keep it in the freezer until the next time you're making a chicken stock or a gravy. It's really good for all that. Next, you need to separate the drumlet from the winglet, and the best way to do this is to try to break the joint, dislocate it or something without breaking the bones. And once that happens, you can then go at it with a heavy knife like I have or a cleaver and try to break through the dislocation or the cartilage. Then set those to aside and move on to the rest of your wings. If you're stuck for time, you can always leave the drumlet and the winglet attached. The last time I ordered these out, they were attached, but don't think for a second that that slowed me down or put me off in any way. I annihilated those bad boys. So once all that's done, you should be left with a really big bowl of just winglets and drumlets, no tips. Then take a baking tray with a wire rack and lay them all out on top of it in one single layer. Drizzle the wings with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, though here I'm using locally produced rapeseed oil. And transfer to a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 50 minutes. Then make sure you wash your chopping board and your mixing bowl really well because you're going to need both of them later. Now you're going to make an amazing blue cheese dip, which would be so good with crudité or even as a salad dressing. Though if you're going to use it as a salad dressing, you can forget any kind of smug, virtuous feeling you might have from eating a salad because you might as well eat a cheeseburger. This dressing is not healthy. Start off with half a cup of mayonnaise and add it to your mixing bowl, followed by another half cup of sour cream and a half a cup of crumbled blue cheese. For this recipe I bought Stilton and it was really nice, so tasty, worked really well, except I couldn't help but think that maybe Rockefort would have been a bit better because it's so salty and strong tasting. And also, I think at room temperature, it's a bit softer than Stilton, so it would have incorporated better in with the rest of the dip. Then I added the juice of half a lemon, a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Then mix everything up together with a spoon first to try to break up any big pieces of cheese before you move on to a whisk to make sure that everything is totally incorporated and as smooth as possible. Then set aside until later. Now you're going to make a hot, incredible buffalo sauce that you're going to toss the cooked wings in once they come out of the oven. Start off with 1 cup measure of the secret ingredient, the Frank's Red Hot sauce, and add it to a saucepan over a low heat. Now you're going to add to that a teaspoon and a half of cayenne pepper, though if you want them a little bit milder, I'd suggest some smoked paprika would go down really well, and whisk that up to combine. Once that comes to a low simmer, then you're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter, preferably unsalted, and just a little knob at a time. Whisk each knob in before you add the next bit. Once that's done, you'll see that the sauce has lightened slightly in colour, and you can set it aside so that it's ready to heat up gently once the wings come out of the oven. Now that everything is almost done, there are just a few more crucial details that you need to take care of. First is napkins. You can't serve chicken wings to people without napkins, and also they need these finger bowls. I'm going to take the other half of the lemon that I used earlier and cut it into little slices and put 1 slice into each of these finger bowls. Top each finger bowl up with some warm water, and I just find that this is what restaurants do. Whenever I order a big pile of chicken wings, they always come with a little finger bowl with kind of lukewarm water with a slice of lemon in there to kind of rinse all the sauce off your hands. Now that it's almost time to take the wings out of the oven, it's time to decant that blue cheese dip into some nice serving bowl you have. And take a stick of celery and chop it up into chunks at a fine angle to scatter over the wings once they're done. This is because grazing party guests are actually quite like cows in that if they see something fresh and green, they'll gravitate towards it, they'll find it very appetizing and inviting, they'll really enjoy it, and if you're very lucky, they might even moo. So now it's been 50 minutes, so take your wings out of the oven and they're looking a bit ordinary at the moment, cooked but nothing special. So just gather them all up into your mixing bowl, ready to toss them in that gorgeous buffalo sauce that you made earlier. By the way, now I should probably tell you that you can cook these wings any way you want. You can deep fry them or barbecuing them would be amazing. Just as long as they're cooked through and then toss them in the amazing buffalo sauce and they will be so good. So here they are in their mixing bowl, and first of all, pour half the buffalo sauce over them and toss them all up so that they're all lightly coated in that buffalo sauce before you then go and add the rest of the buffalo sauce and toss them up so that they're really nicely, generously coated in that beautiful sauce. Next, take a good, generous serving platter and add your blue cheese dip to the centre of it. Give it a little dusting of smoked paprika and then start to pile on your beautiful buffalo wings all around it. And finally, you can scatter that celery so that it'll at least look a bit more healthy than it is. Dot the table with finger bowls, napkins, and plates for discarding the bones. So that is literally all there is. I hope you tried this recipe at home for a starter or a canapé or a side dish. It's so good. And be sure to let me know how you get on in the comment section below. And if you like this video, click the like and subscribe button and check me out on social media. All the links to my accounts are in the description below, as is the link to my blog where you'll find the full recipe at www.rookiecook.org.